Welcome back. We are here again with another stream and we are doing a reaction. We are still going to be doing the kind of season review. This could be a bit of a briefer stream anyway, but I want to see how you guys and girls are doing after the final game week of the season. Now, the rank you see on the left-hand side, I don't think is fully updated because, yes, if you add all of these points up, for example, I have 73, but livefpl.net says I have 74, but when you actually add it up, and I'll show you in a second, I've got 78, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. I don't think it was enough to get me into the top 10k, but maybe around 13k, 14k. So the ranks will be updated. If I get any updates during the stream, I will be doing so accordingly, and you will see it anyway in the other stream we have got coming up. I'm not sure exactly when, but like I said, I'll let you guys know. So hopefully you did very well. Let me know how you did in Gameweek 38. Hopefully very well. As you can see from the back line, absolutely awful except for Robertson with that late goal against Wolves. Trent, Cancelo, Laporte and Ramsdale all blanking. Arsenal 10 games without a clean sheet. Saka with the assist there from the set piece. Barnes with an assist. I really wanted Maddison. He got the goal and assist, but I just couldn't afford him in the end. Son captain, so pretty happy with that. Kulusevski with 16 points overall. The 3 bonus points are all going to him. Mason Mount with a blank. That's very shocking to me. I thought he was going to haul. And Harry Kane with a goal and an assist. And he got 1 bonus point, I believe. So that's a double-digit return. And actually, the alternatives were to get Kevin De Bruyne or Mane, as well as Nketiah. Now, if you compare Mane and Nketiah, for example, I actually would have gained 1 more point by doing these 2 transfers, Barnes and Kane, over Mane and Nketiah. So 1 point gained from that, so pretty happy. Salah ended up coming off the bench and scoring, and he equaled Heung-min Son once again for the Golden Boot. Those two were literally just surpassing each other and equalising. It was absolutely crazy, but what a great day of football. It's the end. That's it. That's all we have left for the Premier League. F1 was very good as well. I'm going to go through your questions, but like I said, there will be 1 more stream and I'm going to plan it and give you plenty of time to prepare for it as well. So welcome Emma. Thanks for your help this season. Today took a -4. Maddison and Vardy for Pukki Salah. Came top of my league. Rate 43. 768 won by over 60 points. Wow, I took a lot of minus points to enjoy the game more. Yeah, I mean, I used to do that quite a lot. Now I seem a bit more boring in comparison, but Maddison and Vardy, fair play. I really like that. Vardy ended up scoring a late goal as well. Otherwise, you would have been a bit frustrated with that. But Maddison, I mean, he's been fantastic in the last 3 or 4 games. So fair play to you there. Welcome, Harry. Yeah, typical Salah scoring. In the end, being safe cost me. If I made any of the transfers I was weighing up, I would have stayed inside the top 50k. Oh, well, thanks everyone for a good season. Thank you, Harry. And to be honest, I've actually experienced that a lot this season. When I've played it safe, I've actually ended up losing position. I think Salah captaincy was a great example in Gameweek 36. So, yeah, I think going safe sometimes does cost you. Just being too conservative. Heung-min Son almost cost us in the end, but I think we were all quite convinced he was going to score. I think that's a bit of a different example. Lisa staying up. Yeah, a last-minute goal pretty much in the last few minutes. Fair play. Got to enjoy it. I mean, that's probably the best way to stay up, isn't it? Just scoring a late goal. Brentford down to 10 men as well. It was all there. And Leeds also had a goal disallowed by Gelhardt. So, yeah. Hey Dylan, how's it going, mate? It's all going well. Hard luck for being 5th. I disagree. I think it's all on Arsenal. Now, I've said this a lot of times. I don't want to say it again. The referees obviously were awful, but Arsenal have only themselves to blame. In January, they weakened their squad. They didn't improve it. So ultimately, just blame themselves. I mean, look at the 2 players who combined for Spurs' first goal today. Yes, it's against Norwich, but Kulusevski and Bentancur, they're both January signings. If Arsenal had signed a Bruno Guimaraes and a good striker, I think they would have been top 4. They would have secured it. Even with all the frailties of the back, all the injuries, Arsenal just have themselves to blame, in my opinion. Next season, make it top 4. I'm not, I wouldn't call myself pessimistic or optimistic. I'm quite, I'd say, neutral in terms of that. But I don't know if Arsenal finishing 4th next season. This was their opportunity. Spurs are in the Champions League. They're going to build on from that. If Kane and Son stay, then they're going to be in a good position. If Conte as well stays. You've got United. I think they'll be much better. And Arsenal are going to struggle more with Europa League, which is probably the worst competition you could be in terms of rotation and the number of games. So I think Arsenal will probably finish 5th or 6th again next year. Obviously, an initial prediction. Let's see what they do in January, or should I say in the summer. I'm kind of January, you can see, is a bit of a sore point here. But yeah, I'm not too optimistic. 1 more bonus points to be added. I'm not too sure, I'll be honest, because it normally takes, let's say it would probably be in an hour or so from now, normally. But because it's the last day, all the games at once, it might take a bit longer than usual. So let's wait and see. But it could even end up taking until tomorrow. Let's see. but I want to see my final rank. In the end, I don't think I'm in the top 10k, but I'm just outside it, maybe 14, 13k, and I should have 78 points. I'm going to show you right now, actually. So let's go to livefpl.net. I highly recommend this site. Obviously, look, it's not going to be fully updated just yet, but look at this. So 74 points. You see it right here. Let me highlight here. But let's actually add this up. So let's do some maths, yeah? Okay, there's not a maths lesson, but still. Ramsdale 2 points. Robertson, sorry, with 9. That's 11 points. Trent, so we're now on 13. 2 points from the City boys, so that's 15 points in total. 5 points from Saka, we're on 20. 6 from Barnes, 26. Plus the 24 from Son, 50. Plus 16, 66. And then plus 2 from Mason Mount, that's 68. And then plus 10, that's 78. So clearly, I should have 78 points and not 74. So I'll probably be updating that during the stream, and then that will be the updated kind of rank you see on the left-hand side. No one on my bench played apart from Jose Sarr. I mean, what a turnaround. I mean, today was absolutely crazy. Wolves took the lead in like 3 minutes. And then you see City going 2-0 down. I knew Liverpool were going to win the game anyway, so City had to win the game. And Gundogan, what a substitution. Coming off the bench, a brace. He's just clutch, I have to say, sometimes. And what a brace he scored. And that ball by De Bruyne to score the winner was amazing. I mean, whether it was a shot or a, he actually attempted that assist, who knows. But that was an incredible pass, really, to Gundogan. But ultimately, yeah, there you go. Kulusevski, as you can see, the biggest gain I gained this week. But Laporte was a flop. Maddison was a killer. I really wanted him. Unfortunately, I just couldn't afford him over Barnes. That would have been an extra 7 points and maybe into the top 10k, potentially. Even a clean sheet from Liverpool or City, if both of them got it, and Ramsdale, I could definitely be in such a good position. But ultimately, the defence has definitely cost me in recent weeks. Even in Gameweek 37, where I scored 110 points, apart from Luka Dean, everyone else blank. So it's kind of a recurring theme. In the end, my defenders just weren't good enough. My goalkeepers were absolutely awful. I mean, which goalkeeper has been good recently? I mean, I'm just trying to think of someone. Even Alisson and Edison today conceded. So ultimately, not a week for the goalkeepers. What else do we have? Really sharp in my season. Mini League won by 2 points. Wow. And Mini League Cup also won. Thanks, Dylan, for all your hints and tips. Thank you. Let's talk Vigno. It's great to see you on here once again. I obviously remember talking to you earlier as well. That's great, man. Winning a league by 2 points. That is amazing. Yeah. Kind of wish I'd stuck with my plan. Kulusevski and Kane and Son. What did you go for in the end? Still made 120, which is great. Yeah, that's still a really good rank, and especially if it's your first season, that's a fantastic rank, I'd say. Placed 101k. That is very, very, let's say, disappointing, but look, I still think that's a decent rank, and look, even if you're 1k away from top 100, it's still a good rank. Finished top of my enemy league. Thanks for your tips, Dylan. Thank you, Fox, and wow, I'm seeing a lot of winners in the mini leagues here. Fair play to all of you, and hopefully you got the ranks you want and enjoy the football. Today was great in terms of sports. F1 was great, football as well, and the streams today were very good as well. And we reached 11,000 subscribers. Thank you very much to everyone for helping me achieve that. It's much appreciated, and we also got over 200 likes in the last stream. I'm not going to expect the same turnaround, in terms of likes, views, and all of that stuff for this stream. But let's try to get to 100 likes first. I only said 1,100. That'll be amazing. But let's get to 100 likes first. That'll be much appreciated from all of you. Yeah, lovely finish. Yes, for me personally, bittersweet for Arsenal though. I just expected them to win, not 5-1, but I thought they'd win by 2 or 3, and it's just typical Arsenal, isn't it? As for FPL, yeah, very good finish. I'm doing well. What about you, Coop Dog? If Spurs keep Son and Kane, that's a successful transfer window for them, to be honest. Yes, but they can't rest on their laurels, because even with Son and Kane, they barely finished 4th in my opinion. And look, a few decisions obviously went for some teams and against. It happens to everyone, basically. I still think, look, as much as I really blame Arsenal for January, losing to Everton, losing to Palace, Brighton and Southampton, which was the real killer, I still think they could have gotten a few points out of those games if red cards and stuff happen. But I'm not going to play the blame game on refs. I honestly think Arsenal, I mainly blame them for January. I can't tell you how annoying January was. I've said it so many times, I'm tired of saying it. Told you Dylan, Man City was so close to bottling. I'll be honest, I didn't expect City to struggle that much, I'll be honest. I thought they'd win, maybe not comfortably, but by 1 or 2 goals, and they really struggled. Yeah, bittersweet season for Liverpool, second, top 10k rank. I mean, FPL-wise, that's amazing. Fantastic rank. Liverpool, yeah, I'd be disappointed, especially considering Villa went 2-0 up. However, I never really, thought City would lose it, apart from when they were 2-0 down, really. But before the game, I was convinced City would win the league, and they did. There you go. Yeah, live FPL is crashed. Yeah, look, the site is down. Yeah, sometimes I have to spam the refresh button just don't break your keyboard or anything like that. However, yes, it just hasn't fully updated yet. So let me actually add my updated points. So I should have 78 points, just to let you guys know. Let me just update that right now. It should change on screen for you in a second. But in terms of ranks, I don't know the exact rank, but I have got a small green arrow. I'm fairly sure about that, which, you know, it's not bad. Ultimately, a bit disappointed not to get into the top 10k, but I was never in it throughout the whole season. So to be honest, I basically got to the highest rank I got all season in the final game week. So, you know, you can't really complain. I have to be happy with that. And it's been a good season overall. And this is my highest ever rank in FPL. Last 2 seasons I finished 67k and 55k, and now around 15k. So honestly, very happy with it. Yeah, Pickford was pretty good last few weeks. Yeah. I was mainly referring to Gameweek 37 when I got him in, and he basically got 4 points as well. Yes, John, I did take a -4. That is true. That's probably why it says, yeah. It's normally, that's actually really true. I'd never even thought about that. I mean, wow, my logic is out of the window. It's normally that livefpl.net, they show you the -4s and they take it into account. So yeah, I think my final rank is probably this then, 15.4k. So I only went up by like 1,000, if that. So yeah, let me actually update it yet again and show you the -4 taken into account. That's a really good point. I'm quite stupid sometimes, so thank you very much for that. And let me just add that now to your screen. So you should see my updated rank. This is pretty much where I'm at the moment then. So 15k, you know, I'll take it. I wasn't expecting it, especially after some of the big swings, like in Gameweek 36 and in Gameweek 28. I was absolutely murdered in those weeks with the huge variance there and some poor decision making as well and bad luck, but ultimately not a bad rank. Let's see. Oh wow, the week has disappeared. I'll get it up in a second, hopefully, if it can. You know, it'd be great if it comes up again. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, there you go. So that is what I've scored in the end, pretty much. Let's see, I'm a bit OCD sometimes, so I might actually change the positioning of that. No, should I? No, just leave it there. Yeah, leave it there. I think that's all right. Yeah, we'll leave it like that, I think, for now. But let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. So yeah, 15k. I'm pretty sure that's my final rank. So there you go. No, standard. First FPL season I took FPL season. Yeah, so very happy with 6,042 overall rank. That's an incredible rank and fair play. With your first season, that's very good. I forgot to do my team today because I was revising for exams. Yeah, I mean, that's why I tend to try to do it like the day before sometimes if I think I might forget or something like that. But yeah, I mean, exams, you have to prioritize them, to be fair. I'd love to say otherwise, but no, you have to. Started in Gameweek 2 on my first attempt in FPL, made some horrible mistakes, but ended up winning my league. Wow. Thank you for all your content, Dylan. Thank you, Connor. And that's really impressive. Most people who miss the first week, they pretty much don't win their league. So that's pretty impressive, mate. I've got Cedric, which won my mini league. What? 14 points and really no one talked about him. Honestly, I was never going to recommend him. I still think he's a terrible player. I can't wait until Arsenal sell him. But fair play, mate. A goal and an assist. The goal was very good as well. And he got an assist for Gabriel, and that goal almost got chalked off, by the way, by VAR. Fair play, mate. I was never going to recommend him, though. I'm not going to say otherwise. Son and Barnes instead, yeah. I mean, look, Son and Barnes was still pretty good, wasn't it? So won my mini league by 100 points. That's quite comprehensive, to be fair. Well, you know what they say, it's not about winning, it's about seeing others fail. Yeah, maybe. I think it's all about success, really. For example, I'd rather Arsenal win stuff than Tottenham do badly. You know, that's one example. Doesn't matter what your ranks are. Exactly, I agree. Obviously, it's nice to see some great ranks and stuff, but obviously, ultimately, it's all about the enjoyment. Yeah, I completely agree there, Das. Got 10k by 3 points. Fair play, mate. So how many points was that in particular? I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably double check livefpl.net and see how far away I was from the top 10k, but I think I wasn't too far off you, actually. Disappointed that Checo didn't win. But after I saw him pit, I was convinced they were going to give the win to Verstappen, so I'm not too surprised by that. I've just read out. Yeah, there's no need to spam it, mate. Your thoughts on F1? I was actually streaming during most of the kind of, when the race was really lively. So Verstappen making the mistake, Hamilton and Magnussen crash in the first lap and all of that stuff. So I kind of missed a lot of the key moments, but it was a really good race, with all those moments, Verstappen going into the gravel, we all thought that Leclerc was going to walk away with it, and then he gets a problem there. So it was a great race, I have to say. Catalonia is normally a bit boring, especially in recent years with Mercedes dominating, but it was a good race, I'd say. Took a -4 to bring Tony just because Reece James rumours and benched Nketiah for Tony. Wow, yeah, that does sting. And Tony was disappointing. And to be fair, looking now back since Game Week 31, I think he has 1 goal now. Very streaky player. I think between Game Week, dare I say, 23 or something and 29, he was amazing. So there you go. Nketiah, once again, very streaky player. Only 6 points though, but obviously not. You don't want to bench 6 points at this stage, basically. Taking my mini by 1 point. Wow. Talk about Man City versus Liverpool style. That is really good. I've been in a rough week, to be honest, as a Madrid fan, devastated. What? Mohamed, get well soon, mate. That's terrible to hear. Hopefully you recover very soon. And look, Mbappe, I mean, look, that's in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important. And ultimately, Madrid still have Benzema, for example. But hopefully you recover from that, mate. I'm quite shocked, to be honest, to hear that. But hopefully you recover and everything's good, Mohamed. So blessings for you and your family. Got 68 points and dropped from 101 to 103k. 68 points is still pretty good though, isn't it? But yeah, look, still a good rank, and you can't really complain too much. I mean, at least you weren't like 1 rank away from 100k, but either way, I mean, you still want to finish higher than lower, if you get my mind drift there. Well done, Dylan, thanks for the advice. Got 77 this week and finished at 55k, so I'm happy with that. Mate, that's a great rank and that's a great score. A lot of people need to reconsider ranks. Everyone talks about top 10k. I think top 50k is kind of like the new top 10k in my opinion. More players, everyone is kind of overloaded with information, you know, podcasts, YouTube channels, all these websites, these algorithms, everything. There's so much around right now. It's harder, I think, to get to the top 10k. So top 10k is kind of like the new top 1k. Let me know what you think of that. Maybe you disagree, but that's still a great rank. Where can I check my rank for the season? Livefpl.net. So I'll put the link in the chat, but I'd highly recommend it. Right now it might be crash. You know, it tends to crash, especially right now when everyone wants to see their final rank. But livefpl.net. I put it in the live chat just now. Ranked 160k in my first season of FPL. Not updated, but got 82 points with a -4. Really good, mate. That's a fantastic score. And ranked 160k. You've got to be happy with that. You've got to be really happy with that, I think. My -4 hit of Coutinho to Maddison gave me 1 point. Huge dub. But Maddison, I mean, look, it still made sense. But yeah, Coutinho scoring. I mean, wow. I was shocked, you know, when City went 2-0 down. Yeah, Chelsea's game was very important to me. I tripled up, oh Jesus, on Alonso, James and Mount, but still managed to end the season with 88 points. But it could have been a crazy game week. Mate, 88 points is fantastic. If Chelsea got a clean sheet and Mount scored, for example, you'd have been into 100 points. So, look, you can't have it, you know, everything go your way. But that's fantastic, mate. Now, thank you very much for your kind words. Thank you, Brian. Hopefully I said that right, by the way. Or Brian. Cheers for the content, mate. Of course, he ended up coming back from 2-0 and in FPL was on 40,245 going into Game Week 38. Finished 40,818, so no top 40k. I'll be honest though, that's still a really good rank. I wouldn't be too fussed about finishing top 40k or not. Like, for example, when I finished 55k last year, I wasn't like, oh, I didn't finish top 50k. I actually didn't mind. Ultimately, a bit disappointing, but yeah, there you go. Dylan, what's your goal for next season? Cheeky 10k? Well, basically, kind of my the way I'm looking at it is I want to improve on last season. So I finished 67k. I improved on it the following year with 55, and now 15k, around that rank. I'll give you the final rank, you know, if there is any changes. So yeah, I think top 10k would definitely be the target next year. It's going to be really difficult though, and it will be even more tough, I think, next season potentially. Got my highest rank finished, 2.8k, amazing rank, mate, and hopefully you can break into the top 1k next season. But honestly, 2k, 2.8k, should I say? You've got to be very happy with that. First real season finished in 80k. Of course, I'm really proud, but Liverpool and City game broke me as a Liverpool fan. It's kind of a recurring theme of a lot of your comments here. I'd definitely be gutted as a Liverpool fan as well. But there you go. You know, City just... Look, I was saying it on Twitter. Like, that would have been a huge bottle job. Getting 1 point in the last 2 games against West Ham and Aston Villa at home. No disrespect to Villa, but come on. City had to win that game. They ended up doing it. It is I think that's the worst way Liverpool could have lost the title, because you scored a late goal and Liverpool, or City should I say, make a late comeback. So it is what it is. But ultimately, City were realistically always going to win. Where might I find your socials? I'll probably sub later on, so I might as well do it for now, next season. Dylan RCM. So for example, Twitter is... you can see on the description as well, by the way, but I'll put it here in the live chat. So that's my Twitter, and my Instagram is slightly different, but it's also the same. And you can also check my Discord server. So you click the link and you automatically join. The same goes for the FPL League, so it's all there. What else do we have? At the end, FPL was such a huge waste of time. Wow. What happened to you, Frederick, for you to say that? Look, it's still a bit of fun. Obviously, when you get like huge bad variants and swings, you do sometimes feel that way. But no, I still had fun, I'd say. I got 2,627 points and got 9,800 rank. Wow, just inside the top 10k. Fair play, Harvey. Great season. Great points total. You know, in previous seasons, that would have won you the entire thing, actually. I'm pretty sure. Final red arrow to end the season, even after a successful Callum Wilson punt. Wow, fair play. Actually, look, Wilson was always a good option, but I was never really recommending him too much. I actually preferred Tony, so fair play. Disappointing end to the season after dropping out of the top 10k 5 game weeks ago, but overall still happy with 27k finish. Yeah, it is disappointing when you're in a really good position and you would be happy to end the season at that point, but look, still a great season, and ultimately you will learn for next season, and there has been huge variance, I'd say. Thank you for everything, Dylan. It's been another great season. I've won my mini league for the second time in a row since joining. 86 points, was at 6k in the last game week, so hopefully I've gone up again. 86 points is fantastic. That should be a green arrow in most cases, unless you're like in the top 100, and the standards there is just crazy. I'm thinking of taking a break from FPL next season. Wow, 5 subs and all. I mean, to be fair, maybe the summer will change your mind. That is your kind of break, but look, take the break if you feel you need to. And if you're finding it stressful, I would definitely not encourage you to just force yourself to play the game. Play the game if you enjoy it, and, you know, try not to overthink these things. Ultimately, you know, rank is just it's a virtual number on the screen. You know, you got to be happy with it if you do well, but ultimately it's just a rank overall. Thank you, Mohammed. Thanks, mate. Congratulations on the great rank. Got a 400k rank, but missed many deadlines and I had a really busy year. To be honest, look, I remember like in maybe Sky and stuff like that, for example, I would miss a lot of deadlines. Like when I first started off these fantasy games, I never really paid attention to them. I missed a lot of deadlines like yourself. So 400k, considering the amount of deadlines you missed, is very impressive as well. And once again, it's all relative. And, you know, if you're not playing it every single match day or week, then yes, obviously the chances of you finishing in the top 10k will be much lower. So 400k, you got to be happy with that and you got to enjoy it. And if you have enjoyed it, that's the kind of big win for you, I think. Well, 103k must be kind of good for the first season. I think you know that. It definitely is. And 11k in UCL Fantasy. Fantastic, mate. And there's over 1 million players in UCL Fantasy, so that's really good stuff. Amazing stuff. I still went for Maddison and Vardy. Really like it, mate. Maddison was my preference out of the two, but look, who doesn't love Maddison and Vardy? And they have come clutch in the last few game weeks. They definitely have. We've done it, says Messi. Yeah, fair play, fair play. You almost bottled it, though. I will say that. Not me losing 15 points with double Chelsea clean sheet and Schmeichel, and then Nketiah and Zaha on my bench. Yeah, 75 though, great score. Great way to wrap up the season. But that is disappointing, Karaki, but there you go. I'll be honest, look, I'm not taking the piss. I'm guessing you're a United fan, but I mean, is anyone actually surprised that Palace won? I mean, that is crazy. The fact that we're not surprised. However, I do think United will be much better next season, and I think they will be in the top 4. Right now, it's just kind of an early prediction. I think United will be top 4. I'm in a mini league with my friends and we have a tie. How does it work in FPL? Wow. I need to actually double check that. Doesn't it go down to who has the highest game week score? And then it'll go down to other factors. I'm not sure about that, by the way. So I have to double check that. Looking forward to next season with FPL and all the new signings. Yes, Haaland should change the landscape. Striker should finally be good again. So yeah. Can you check who won the overall thing? I'm pretty sure it'll be all around Twitter. I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything. So I need to check. So give me a second. But yeah, let's see. Who has won FPL? That is a great question. I saw something like the world number 2. Oh wait, no. Okay, no. Who won FPL? Yeah, I'm trying to see. I might use livefpl.net actually to determine that, but I'm pretty sure someone in the live chat has already said it as well by the time I catch up. But yeah, live leagues, is that? Can I see the live? Oh yes, I think this is the winner. He captained Son, his vice was Vardy. I think this is the overall winner of FPL. No, that can't be right. No, surely not. You can hear a crow there, Jesus. No, that can't be right. Surely not. What is this? No. Okay, yeah, no, that's not the winner. He's like 2,000 in the world. He's not going to win it. All right, I'm going to have to double check that. But yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, thank you, Coop Dog. Much appreciated. Good luck with your revision and your exams, and thank you very much. I'm from India, and Suvranch from India was second going into Gameweek 38. Yeah, he's the guy I was on about, Bridgerton. So I think he had Nketiah, and basically the penalty. No, sorry, he had Saka. It was Saka, not Nketiah. And if Saka took the penalty instead of Martinelli, he would have gone first at that point. So it's really tight at the top. 85,909. Let me just get your message up again. Yeah, started Game Week 2. Mate, that's really impressive. If you started in Game Week 1, you probably could have finished, I'd say top 50k easily, yeah. First season playing, I think I used all my luck in FPL. Well, I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess. But, yeah, I can see what you mean. Maybe you're a bit frustrated, you want to use your luck in other areas, but, mate, that's still really good. What do you think about Mbappe staying in Qatar? Sorry, Paris, please give your opinion. I said this earlier. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think Madrid are a bit, overreacting in terms of, their reaction to it. However, Mbappe being given control over managers and the director of football, I think that's really, really weird. Not even Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Pele, Cruyff, you name it. No one should have that much power over one club. Unless you're a manager like Ferguson or something, not a player. That is really ridiculous. That's what I think. But he's probably top 3 players in the world right now with the likes of Lewandowski, Benzema, Salah, whatever you want to say in terms of your top 3-4 list. But I think that's a bit too much. Finished 18k my first season, brought in Wilson and captain him, wow, which was great, but Son and Kane hoard, so it didn't really make a difference. But I would rather captain someone like Wilson, a differential, rather than the same old boring players like Kane and Son, so I like that. Who do you think will get top 4 next season? Look, really early to say, and Chelsea could struggle a lot with all the departures, but I think City, Liverpool and United are getting top 4. I think I'd also put Chelsea's name in it as well. If they can make good signings, good replacements for the likes of Christensen, Marcos Alonso, Aspilicueta, Rudiger, etc., and they manage to fix their other issues across the rest of the team. And with Tuchel, if they keep Tuchel and make good investment, I think they'll be fine. As long as there's no kind of big issues with the owners as well, I think that'll be the top 4. I'm not sure in what order. I think probably City win the league again. I don't know. It's between them and Liverpool. I think... Look, it's obviously really early. I'm saying it in the 22nd of May, straight after Game Week 38 finished in the 2021-22 season. A lot can change. The summer will also dictate things, and let's see how people look in pre-season. But ultimately, I think City, Liverpool will challenge for the title, and then it's Chelsea, United. Then probably Spurs, Arsenal, kind of just behind them. But look, you never know. West Ham could even surpass Arsenal. Newcastle could be in the kind of top 8 mix. That could definitely be a thing. The crow is louder than me right now. I had fun and I'm hooked, but I spent way too much time thinking about it. One thing I would say is that maybe we shouldn't spend too much time overthinking decisions, because I found myself a lot of times this season, because of the variance, making 50-50 calls and losing out on 20-30 points from one transfer, you overthink everything and you kind of second guess yourself, and then that could lead to more variance outside your favour. So I think that's maybe one thing we could do to reduce the stress, and then you don't look at it and saying, oh, I'm wasting time on FPL. Because ultimately, sometimes making the simple decisions and being, quite decisive and, not dithering on a certain decision is the way to go. Once again, just want to say thank you for everything you did in this season. Really helped me, and we'll be watching every video. Thank you very much, Ori. It's great to hear that, and thank you very much, mate. Sorry, my message just sent halfway. No worries. We'll keep watching any of your videos, not only FPL. Thank you, mate. There's going to be more like UCL Fantasy and F1 Fantasy. You don't have to watch everything. Just watch what you enjoy, and if you've got any feedback to improve the channel, let me know. I'm all ears, but thank you very much, mate. It's great to hear. I took Kulusevski out for Diaz, Salah, out for Son, and benched James for Laporte. 54k out of the window. I guess maybe 75k. Still a great rank, and I would rather go for it and chase a certain rank than have regrets and be safe. So I don't really blame you for that, and it's good decisions you made there. Just maybe not the right outcome per se. Thanks a lot, though. Joining you on live streams was such a blast. Best moments for you. Thank you, Sharia. It definitely has, and you've been here a lot of times, actually, in the streams. Thank you very much. Best moment, is it for FPL in particular? For football and FPL will be different this season, and also UCL Fantasy. Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot, but let me know. If it's FPL, I'm guessing that will be the question. I think the best moment, that's a great question. I think probably Bruno Fernandes' last-minute goal against Brighton, because I had Bruno captain in Game Week 25. Bruno was awful. He missed sitters. I was cussing him. I was calling him a fraud. Ronaldo was the one getting all the points. And then Bruno stole the bonus points at the dying embers of the game, and he scored a late goal. And that changed my week in Game Week 25. So I think that was up there. I don't like United, by the way, but, you know, FPL-wise, it was a great moment. Nothing, you know, no Spurs goal, no matter what it is. Even when Son scored a hat-trick for Villa, against Villa, and I got a big rank rise from that, I was actually quite, you know, I'd say angry. So, not that. I'd probably go with Gameweek 37 as well. That was a great, just week in general. And I think Richarlison scoring those goals in both games. And also Vardy, I think, and just Maddison just going about crazy in both games. I think those are up there. But Bruno, last minute goal against Brighton was a game changer. CH says Jamie won. Oh, Jamie Pigott won. Okay. I'll check that out. Thank you very much, you guys, for letting me know. And obviously, I'm probably reacting to that like a million years later. So yeah, let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can find anything. Wait, he was currently world number 1. Oh, so the guy who was number 1 finished number 1, isn't it? So let me actually check that. Thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. So let's go to... We'll also check who won our league, but in terms of... Yeah, I'm not sure what the updated one will be. So yeah, Jamie Pigott is the winner apparently. Football is life. Quoting... What's his name? The guy from Ted Lasso. Oh, what's his damn name? Oh, I forgot his name. How can I forget his name? Well, anyway, he's a Spurs fan. Piss off. Well, congratulations, but anyway. Yeah, so this is the guy who won FPL. He scored 70 points without bonus. Wow, that's pretty impressive there, yeah. I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to him. He had Nketiah as well. Mane, De Bruyne, Son, captain, yeah. Sessegnon. No Kane. I'm surprised by that, but there you go. There you go. That's the winner of FPL. Thank you, DNNN. Thank you very much. Won both my money leagues too. Enjoy the money. That's all I can say, Chris. That's great, man. Finish 24k. Really good. Really good. And I think that's a great rank, honestly. I think a lot of great ranks I'm seeing here. My second option was to take out Gray for Maddison and play Kulusevski plus Son. Kane, bench Laporte, play James. As usual, I lost a lot of 50-50. You can't blame yourself for that, though, I think. There's a lot of variance this season. It's been crazy. And finished probably around 65k. I wouldn't be too disheartened by that. Still a great rank, and there you go. Do you think Ronaldo will be a good FPL asset next season? That's a great question. If he stays, I think he's a good option, but he's not going to be worth 12 million. I think he will have a price decrease. Maybe he'll be 11 million. I think that will be his price, 11 million, around that. I think he'll be a decent one, but with the likes of Haaland for a similar price, maybe 1 million or 2 million more, I would go for Haaland. So, yes, he might be a good one, but he also has a lot of these kind of recurring injuries. He misses out a lot of these away games. I just wouldn't consider him right now. Let's see what else, by the way. We're kind of catching up, I think. No, we're not. Okay, I'm really far behind. Apologies, lads. Apologies. So let me go back to my team. Yes, it's not the number 1 in the world, but still not too bad. Can't complain too much. I also check livefpl.net and see if anything has happened. But if you haven't already, you know what to do. Thank you very much to everyone for helping us reach 11,000 subscribers. Let's get the stream to 100 likes, and there will still be another FPL live stream talking about this season before we move on to the pre-season content, as well as UCL Fantasy and F1 Fantasy. So a lot of content heading your way. Thank you very much. And let's whiz through these. So thank you, Golden Boys, Tez and CH, for the update there. I was hoping Pep brought on Zinchenko and Sterling, and the second that happened, we played better. And also Gundogan. I mean, that was a great substitution, to be fair. But yeah, great substitutions from Pep. You have to give him credit for that. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives a subtle dig to Patrice Evra for his comments about the mentality. Also, Berbatov. Top 100k finish for my first season. Really good, Pat. Thanks to them for all your help during the live streams. I look forward to it next season, mate. Likewise, and it's great to have you on board. Thank you very much, Pat. And enjoy the 100k rank and enjoy the end of the season. I mean, I'd say Gameweek 38 rarely disappoints because the amount of goals, the drama is incredible. Yes, it was an Aguero moment per se, but that comeback by City was special. Yeah, the number 1 retained the number 1 spot. That's the best way to sum it up, the Flying Dutchman. Yeah, Jamie Pigott won. Yeah, very impressive stuff. I got 91 minus 12 for this week. I got over my target of 2,300 in getting 2,340, but getting into the, 500k. Next year I'm coming for top 250k rank. Arsenal and United are both crap. Rank hasn't updated. Yes, but yeah, in terms of the FPL website, it hasn't, but it probably has in livefpl.net, in terms of my one anyway. Let's see if the site has crashed again. So let's go back to livefpl.net and see if anything has updated. So it would be nice to see a bit higher than 15k, but ultimately I'm not expecting. I think this is my final rank. Yeah, I think, as someone rightly said earlier, I think the 74 does include the -4 hit, but it doesn't actually say it. So yeah, I mean, not the worst, not the worst. But yeah, I think livefpl.net has the updated ranking. And you Kulusevski will get points. I removed them so you get points, and it happened. My Kulusevski curse continues. Well, thank you, Messi. I honestly didn't want Kulusevski to score points. I would have rather he blanked, but, you know, they were always going to beat Norwich, so at least I get something out of it. Started Gameweek 9 and finished 2 million. I mean, look, starting Gameweek 9, do you know how many points you missed out on there, Thiago? So that's still really good, and yeah, 9 Gameweeks is a long way, so I think the best thing is to kind of prepare for next season, and that's a really good thing. I think you can definitely get into a fantastic rank next season. When does bonus points come out? In terms of FPL website, I would probably wait a little bit longer than usual, I think. On screen, no, okay. They haven't updated on FPL. Hey Dylan, yeah, C1 the league. Sorry I joined the stream late. Didn't bother checking FPL. Was just fully focused on watching the C game. I would do the same if Arsenal winning the league, which it's going to happen on maybe my PS5 career mode, but not on in real life. Fair play, mate. You got to enjoy it, and FPL is secondary when it comes to supporting your club, I'd say. Yeah. First season and came 268k. Is that good? Yes, it is, Golden Boys. What target should I have for next season? I'd say it's all relative. It's all down to your ambitions and what you want to do. But the way I look at it is I want to improve every season. So, yeah, I'd say just finish higher. Maybe top 200k. But ultimately, if you improve on that, that's still success and that's progress, as they say in North London. Finish 6.4k overall. Yeah, quite the improvement of 179k. That's a fantastic improvement. And 6.4k, top 10. I mean, come on. It's so difficult to get into those ranks. You've got to enjoy it. I outscored everyone in my mini league and I didn't have Kane or Son. I think you deserve a lot of credit for that, mate. Fair play. Absolutely fair play. Who do you think will get relegated next season? I mean, I'm not too sure. I need to see more and do more research on the teams that have just come up. So I need to double check that. That's a good question, mate. That is a really good question. Who's going to get relegated next season? It also depends on the summer. Oh. I need to think about that one, mate. I honestly need to think about that one. But yeah, the playoff final is on the 29th, so one day after the Champions League final. So yeah, once Nottingham Forest or Huddersfield make it to the Prem, I'll be able to give a better answer, I think. How will the World Cup incorporate into next season? Well, the Premier League will break off 1 week before the World Cup starts, and then the World Cup fantasy game is different. So yeah, the Premier League will just be on a standstill, and you won't get any points, obviously, because there won't be any games, pretty much. 30k, disappointed a little with the rank, and with the last 2 late transfers, Diaz and Tony. Yeah, Diaz was very disappointing, to be fair, but he's been a fantastic signing for Liverpool. Yeah, bonus points confirmed. I'm going to now go back on it, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, 78 points. Yeah, with a -4 taken into account. Yep. Honestly, I think the biggest regret, not even regret, but biggest gripe I have is not having enough funds to get Maddison instead of Barnes. I think that was a bit of a killer. And Mount, I mean, wow, he's the biggest disappointment of the week. Thank you, Faisal, for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dylan, for everything. Finished the season 8k. Fantastic rank. Yeah, got to enjoy it, mate. That's a fantastic rank. 8k, I'm telling you, top 10k is so difficult to achieve right now. So just enjoy it. No matter how you celebrate, just enjoy it, mate. And thank you for super chat. Thank you for all your support all season. And I like the DP Messi kissing the Copa America. I love it. Top 10k ranking. Thanks for the good analysis and content. Thank you, Julius. Once again, top 10k. It's always kind of seen as this kind of huge milestone. It's even more impressive nowadays, I think. Ronaldo's too old. Good player still, but maybe not for FPL wise. In terms of value, I don't think he offers value. You know, yes, he's had a good season, all things considered, but he's going to miss a lot of games, injuries, fitness, whatever it may be. And yes, I just don't think he's worth it for the likes of Haaland, Son, even Harry Kane, all these players, I think. Pep Roulette will be crazy with 5 subs next season. You say that, but Pep hasn't really used the subs that much. Even when 5 subs were a thing, you know, throughout the last few seasons, he's never really used it too much. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, but will you keep him most of the time in a season, captaining him instead of Salah? If yes, then surely he is, says Weiseng. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. Look, things can change. Ronaldo, look, if United are suddenly a force again and they're challenging for third or second or whatever, like, then yes, Ronaldo could be great, but I just don't see it right now. Bonus points have already been updated. What is pending is any unplayed players to be replaced by bench players. Yes, that's true. Exactly. Thank you very much to everyone who pointed that out, by the way, in terms of the game being updated. Will we be having any FIFA streams? That game is awful. And look, I've been playing it recently. I've been playing pro clubs, doing pretty well, but I hate the game. I'm telling you, it's the worst gameplay of any FIFA. It's so slow, you can't turn. You know, if you want to do a good pass, yeah, just you got to hope the game is on your favour there. I hate the game, honestly. I really hate it. And if I lost most games on it and had a poor record, I would hate even more, but it's awful. It's awful. FIFA is genuinely awful. It's one of the worst games I've ever played. Anyway, FIFA ran over. I was top 1 million where I come next year. It was the first year of fantasy. Mate, you got to be... Look, it's all relative, and I was top 1 million when... Where saw I come next year? So this is your first year? No, that's great. And next year you can go even higher. I think you can definitely improve on that, for sure. Improve from 600k to 300k. Mate, you've basically halved your rank. It's definitely a huge improvement, and maybe the hope is that you do it once again next season, and that's another great rank to add to yourself. Yeah. I finished with 2,636 points. You helped me a lot. Thank you, Hesham. Great points total. Yeah, I mean, what rank is that then? That's a really good rank. That's a fantastic. I'm pretty sure you're in the top 10k. Thanks again, Dylan. Gonna have dinner now. Thank you, the Flying Dutchman. Always a pleasure. 78 minus 8. Robertson with 9 points. Second on the bench. You bench Robertson. You must have had a hell of a starting 11 to do that, to be fair. Finished on 2,674 points. Fantastic, Random Junkie. I'm not sure what rank that is, but probably top 5k, if I had to hazard a guess. Watched most of the game. Fantastic game week. Absolutely satisfied. Even my rank dropped from 1.5k to 2k. I wouldn't be too disappointed with that. That's still fine. It's not like you were in the top 1k or something and then you went down. Either way, you know, that's still a great rank. I would not be that fussed at all. Yeah, it's your first season as well. I mean, if you were pissed off at that, I'd call you ungrateful, to be fair. Cash off the bench for Mikalenko. I mean, look, fair play to any of you who had cash. I was never going to start him. Top 2 million rigged, says Jay Martin. I don't know if the FPL points are rigged, to be fair. 420k rank, I'm guessing. Or is that 42,000 Raider? Either way, really good. Finished just outside the 5k. Yeah, would have enjoyed it more if Paul won, but thanks to them for your hard work this mad season. Thank you very much. And look, still 6k, 5k, not much of a difference, honestly. Obviously, you always want to improve, and you're always thinking, I wish I did this, I wish I got this, but fantastic rank, mate. You know what I mean, you've got to be happy with that. I'm going to stop saying that, by the way. I won the cup final in my country. Oh, yeah, I remember you said that you thought you were going to lose. You had like 3 players bench. There you go, Martin. I'm guessing one of your bench players was Salah. Fantastic. Cup final. Which country is that, by the way, Martin? But really good. I got eliminated out of the cups like a long time ago, so really good. Finished my season to 50k, improved since last season, which was 900k. Wow. I want to say it's all thanks to me. It's all thanks to your decision making. And look, there's a lot of great sources out there. Algorithms, websites, points predictions, podcasts, videos. There's a lot of stuff at your disposal. So I would recommend trying to branch out as much as possible. Don't overload yourself with information, but try to get different opinions and then form your own. I think that's the best way to do it. Do you think West Ham will win the Conference League next season? I'm you know what? I'm actually a bit surprised. I thought it would be a draw, Brighton-West Ham. I didn't expect Brighton to win 3-1, especially after West Ham took the lead for Antonio. But I thought United would lose, so either way it would have been West Ham 1 point off. Actually, to be fair, I actually don't know. It's kind of a tough one. You know, I thought it was going to be a tough game, but I didn't expect Brighton to win, basically. Yeah, look, either way, Conference League, you can win it, for sure. You were so close to winning Europa League this year. I think it's definitely possible, but you need to invest. You can't just rely on Antonio as a striker. Even if you put Burrow in there, I don't care. You have to get a striker. You need to fix some of the problems you have and probably bolster your squad there for a little bit more, but you've got a good squad and you could easily finish, in a good position next year as well. Top 8 again, maybe even top 6, you never know. Do a Football Manager series of Arsenal during the off-season. I'll be honest, I actually haven't really played Football Manager. I need to actually buy the game myself. That's a better game than FIFA, to be fair. Although I do like having actual control of gameplay but the gameplay in FIFA is horrendously bad. 88 points, fantastic way to end the season. Enjoy it. 88 is also a really good number. Fantastic. Fantastic. Liverpool assets scare me next season. 5 subs with Jota, Diaz, Salah, Mane, Firmino. Yes, I agree. However, someone like Trent, he's either going to start or not start. Unless, Liverpool are losing and he's just come back from injury, or they're trying to rest him and then they bring him on to unlock the opposition defence. So I think Trent or Robertson are still fairly safe, all things considered, or Matip, so long as he doesn't get injured. But yeah, I think Liverpool, this season they've been rotation monsters, arguably even more than City at times. Finished on 78 -4, yeah, just like me. Ranked 22k, fantastic Bridgerton, and honestly, I think anything above 60 points is a really good score, and you probably get a green arrow from that, and 70 plus is even better. Dylan, I won my mini league by 8 points by Captain Kulusevski. Well, okay, thank you very much, Killer. I'm not sure why I get the credit, because I never said to Captain Kulusevski. I just liked them as an option, but I actually prefer Barnes, Maddison, and Saka this week, so there you go. That's why sometimes you've got to form your own opinions. Captain Kulusevski, fair play, mate. I mean, who would have thought Kulusevski would outscore Son and Kane? All of them came up with the goods anyway, but I would rather captain a differential like that than the same old boring people like Son. Thanks for everything, Dylan. You're a superstar. No chance, mate. Thank you very much, CH. No other content creator can answer all the questions like you do. To be fair, the more questions you get, the more viewers you get, the harder it becomes. Sometimes I'm literally trying my very best, and I'll read like a robot. Hello, Madison, Nova came. Vardy. And then look, I go for everything, and I'm still got like 100 messages to read. It's really difficult sometimes. Yeah, I have to say that. And the more views, the more clout, as they say, that we get, it's going to be more difficult. But I still try my best. Thank you very much. First season ended on 72k. Fantastic. And I think you can definitely improve on that next season for sure. Yeah, livefpl.net, I mean, it's our go-to really, isn't it? 86 points. Can't ask for a much better way to wrap up the season. Those with 100 plus points must be so satisfied as well. Imagine getting triple digits in the final game week of the season. My bet is Ronaldo will be a rotating striker, but also be given the captaincy to help rebuild the team. Yes, I agree. I still think he'll play the majority of games, but he's someone that will be like a target for double game weeks for us. Not necessarily, to have from game week 1, I think. Unless United have, when the fixtures come out, United have Norwich. Oh, Norwich. They're not even in the league. Let me try to think of a bad team. Okay, no offence, but Nottingham Forest or Huddersfield, if they come up, obviously they could still beat United. You never know. I'm trying to think of someone like Leeds. Basically easy games, and then they end up, Ronaldo just scores hat-tricks or something. But yeah, I agree. Thanks, Dylan. Goodbye now. Thank you, Sharia. Good to see you here again. I'm completely satisfied with my rank. My target is just top 100k. I mean, wow, you definitely overachieved there then. Zlatan has another title. Man is unstoppable. Yes, he is. No Champions League though, but honest, yeah, in terms of leagues, he is the guy, isn't he? I won 2 on my 3 mini leagues. That's really good. I mean, I've actually won my mini leagues outside of the league we have on YouTube. Let me see if I can find the YouTube league. So I want to give a shout out. We haven't done this enough, by the way, so we'll probably yeah, so wait, what? I'm not in this. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the Dylan RCM League. So this is number 1. By the way, a shout out to everyone here, because some of you are in absolutely fantastic ranks. Look at that, 2,809 points is unbelievable. So shout out to Tess Ocklin, Grigol, Barry Walls, Nemanja, Freddie, Martin, Steve, Ahmed, Jaden, Neil, Josh, Martin, Marius, Eamon, Christos, Mohammed, Wei Seng, you're there up in 16th, joint 16th there. Aiden, Roman is Bon, Edmund, Brooklyn, Paul, Orjan. I don't want to butcher this, but I've actually not seen that name before, I'll be honest. Oh my God, don't butcher it. Abdisamid, Tommy, Sheriff, Michael, Immer. This keeps going on. Oh my God, I'm going to read everyone here. Let's read the rest of this. Avinash and Moshe Asaraf. There you go. So they're making up the top 30. Shout out to all of you there. Let's go on the team. Let's go on this little geezer. So, 75 points to wrap up the season. 11 overall rank. And at least a United fan. Come on, you're winning, mate. You're winning. Last minute goal to stay up. 11 overall rank. You've got to be happy with that, mate. Captaincy on Son. I mean, fair play. Vardy, double digits. Kane as well. De Bruyne, Matip, James, all with points. Amati's coming off your bench for Alonso. Yeah, fantastic, mate. 11 overall rank. That is superb. Where can we build next season team? When the game goes live again. So I'm not sure exactly when. It tends to be late June or early July. So I'll let you guys know about that. By the way, I'm still a bit far behind, but we're kind of getting close. Bear with me for a second. And what you see on screen is the winner of the Dylan RCM League. So huge shout out. Let me get the name again. So Tess Ocklin, Swedish, Leeds fan as well. I'm surprised you don't have Kulusevski, to be fair, but you know you can't have everyone anyway. You got Bruno Guimaraes, who's obviously scored in the last game week as well. Fair play to you, mate. That is fantastic. 11 overall rank. Wow. I mean, maybe you went down a bit or up. I'm not sure after this. I'm not sure what your exact rank is, but that is fantastic, as they say. Let me actually check on livefpl.net how you did and see what your overall rank is. So let's see, is livefpl.net kind of working? Okay, I think it is. Oh, you went up to 10. Wow, top 10 in the world. So really good. I mean, I'm quite surprised. So many of you actually joined the league as well. Fair play to you. Let's see. What else do we have? Carvalho to Liverpool, thoughts? More squad depth for Liverpool, and also he probably is an upgrade on Origi. I haven't seen enough of Carvalho, but I think he scored against City in the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Finished with my second best rank, top 25k. Really good, Clyde. Sadly, a big red arrow, though. That is a bit gutting, especially in the last game week, but hey, 25k is fantastic. 94 points in one mini league. No, Mickey, I'm not. Thank you very much. And 94 points. I'm seeing some crazy scores today. Made a lot of bad decisions this season, such as not wildcarding Game Week 9 to get James Chilwell, taking too many hits, wrong side of captaincy swings. Captaincy swings is debatable. Some of them, yes, might be your fault, but some of them are just bad luck, Golden Boys. I'm not too sure. And look, I didn't have James and Chilwell, and I took hits to get them in. As soon as James scored against Newcastle, do you know what I said? I literally said, oh, you're getting 21 points against Newcastle? And I literally just transferred it in, literally straight after. You could call it a rage transfer. In the end, he got me a few returns and then he got injured, same with Chilwell. But yeah, look, you can't have everyone. That's pretty much the moral of the story. Sterling was one of the three, and the other two players on the bench was Watkins and Gordon. Madison helped me a lot. That's really good, mate. Oh, Iran, really good. I remember Argentina-Iran in 2014. Such a tough game, I'll be honest. That was one of the most frustrating World Cup games I've seen. But yeah, just kind of context there. Really good, mate. And fair play for winning the cup in Iran. That's really good. Fantastic. No scout, Ian Bowen. I'm pretty sure a lot of them are scout and Bowen, but do you see him moving abroad? I mean, he can. It's just, is he going to do it? I'm not too sure. We need a new striker, left back, centre back, left wing, centre mid. I agree. You know, Creswell, you need cover for him. Centre back, yes, you definitely need cover there. Dawson as well is getting older. Obviously, he can still age like a fine wine. Left winger, definitely. Centre mid, yes, because if Soucek or Rice get injured, you're a bit weak in that position. I agree. Striker as well. I think striker's the main priority. Do you regret not buying a player this season? Oh, you're talking about Arsenal? Every day, mate, every day. But, I mean, ultimately, I had nothing to do with it. Unfortunately, I just don't get how they didn't sign someone in January. They literally weakened their squad. Do you think Rafinha will stay at Leeds? I think he's leaving, honestly. 10k rank, but Kulusevski kill me. Really good rank. Yeah, you can't have everyone. And I don't think Kulusevski's ownership is that good. Let me go back to livefpl.net. Fantastic. Let's put another tile on. So you love doing that. So livefpl.net. Kulusevski's effective ownership only 32% around my position and 34% in the top 10k. So let's actually see this. Players like Madison, De Bruyne, and Nketiah kind of cost me a bit in rank, but didn't really lose out to anyone that much. You know, I think Kane would have cost me a little bit more. So happy to have got him in. Maybe not. So how far away was I from top 10k? 18 points. It was definitely doable, but just a step too far. So there you go. I was 18 points ahead, away from top 10k, 43 from the top 5k, and 93 from the top 1k. That's for first. 236. Jesus Christ. But there you go. I mean, look, I was closer to, let's say, 300k than I was to first. But look, the top ranks in this game are absolutely unbelievable. Look, wow, Spurs, look, at least, even though I hate Spurs, at least I gained points from them. 18 points gained from them. There you go. Triple Spurs attack was the way to go. There you go. Oh well, there we go. That concludes the season. We're going to be doing a season review. I'm going to be going through plenty of bad decisions I've made this season, also some variants which you can laugh at. There's one gimmick in particular where you're probably just going to switch off, unsubscribe, and say I'm a fraud. Second season, 128k rank, 500k. Yeah, previous season benching Robertson was a mistake. It depends who you benched him for, though. If he had a lot of squad depth, then maybe it wasn't. But look, I wouldn't have benched Robertson in most cases. But then again, I just don't know who you had him instead. So it's kind of easy for me to say that anyway. I tried myself by putting Gordon instead of Cash on first bench. To be honest, I probably would have done the same thing. So yeah, absolutely devastation as a Liverpool fan. Don't even want to watch my final rank. Wow, hope is such a... I get what you mean, Singh. Now look, I'll just say this. Before the game started, and I did say this, City are probably going to win the league. I wouldn't get your hopes up. However, Villa being 2-0 up, Liverpool just need a goal. You got it. And then you just see Gundogan score 2 goals and Rodri scoring. Yeah, I can see what you mean. But that's football for you. And you've won 2 cups. And you're on the verge of winning the Champions League as well. I mean, it's still a successful season. You have been probably the closest of any club in history to win the quadruple in the Premier League. So I wouldn't be too disheartened. Obviously, now you are, yes. But I think over the summer, I think you'll kind of get over it and you'll be happy. It's just very frustrating, though, to lose the league twice to City by 1 point. Wanted to ask you the whole season, Dylan, but how old are you? Hope it's not a rude question. No, it's not. I'm 23. Make of that what you will. But yeah, I'm 23. Recently turned 23. What do you think 85 point would get me a rank? I don't know what your rank was, so it's hard for me to judge, but you would get a green arrow, I assume, that way. Hey Dylan, first time playing FPL and in the top 500k. Really good, Sachin. Awesome content. Thanks, mate. Thank you, Sachin, for tuning in. And as long as you enjoyed it, that's the main aim. But if you are very happy with your rank as well, even better. And it's all about improving every single season if possible. And that will be our aim next season, I think, as well. Thank you very much. TechXEO says, yes, I wish I bought Son in earlier. Cost me top 10k. To be fair, though, I mean, around Game Week 29, everyone was saying, oh, Son is in bad form. He's finished. Oh, it's all about Harry Kane. And then in Game Week 30, Son outscores him. And then, oh, it's just a fluke. And then, oh, no, Son is doing every single Game Week now. The variance is such a big thing. Can you get Son and Kane at the same time? Yes. Maybe the play was to get rid of Salah instead. But then, look, you just can't cover everyone. That week that Salah went crazy against United, you probably would have suffered as well. But yeah, Son and Kane have just ended the season very strongly. A big reason why Spurs finished 4th. Ronaldo versus Kane this season. As in this season, as in the one that just went by, I'm guessing. Look, I think Ronaldo's is more impressive. Now, I'm not being biased because, look, people accuse me of hating Ronaldo. People accuse me of hating Kane, because of my allegiances or whatever you want to call it. I think Ronaldo's is more impressive because he scored 18 goals in the worst United squad in Premier League history. Whilst Kane, yes, Spurs aren't that great, but they've got Conte, they've got Heung-min Son as well. And Kane did go missing for the first half of the season. And that's what really puts me off him. Now, look, don't get me wrong, Kane is top 3 strikers in the world probably. But does he deserve to be team of the season, for example? Maybe, but I think Ronaldo's is more impressive, personally. What else do we have? Sticking with Harry Kane. Yeah, but he got a double-digit return again. There you go. How do we win? These guys in the top ranks, no chance. No, it's possible. You just need a lot of luck, though. I would say this now. I'm not downplaying anyone. Like, you need skill to finish first or to finish in these ranks, but you also need luck. These 50-50 decisions. Oh, Alonso gets sobbed off before Chelsea concede, and he keeps the clean sheet points. Stuff like that. You need that to go in your favour. So that is also a really big part. Why there's so many Scandinavians in the top 10k? I'm not too sure. The kind of list I read off was the Dylan RCM League, for example. But, Scandinavians are just good at FPL, really. And I've seen a lot of Norwegians good in UCL Fantasy, FPL. Same goes for Swedish, in all these countries. Yes, Mosh Asraf, I will be doing a season review. It will be separate to this video. Chris, like you and Bakar, have played a huge part for getting me top 10k for my first season decent rank. Thank you, Aditya. There's a lot of great content creators, not just Bakar or myself. There's a lot. I'm telling you, there's a lot. If you want, I can give you some recommendations. I've kind of taken a step back from watching others. I also I don't want to be influenced by other people. And also I want to kind of do my own thing. But there's a lot of great content creators out there. Bowen as Mbappe back up for Madrid. Imagine that. I'm not too sure. They have Rodrigo on the right-hand side and Asensio, isn't it? They've already got Benzema up front, but then not really any good cover. Bowen, I mean, imagine him going to Madrid. That would be amazing. This year, had been present on every game week and up to date on deadlines in my 10th fantasy year. 330k best to 382nd overall. This year has been a dream come true. Wow, Martinelli and Havertz. Fair enough, man. And Martinelli on the penalty. Got to be happy. And Havertz, I was unsure if he would start or Lukaku. So, fair play, mate. Would you take Isaac at Arsenal? No. You know, he's a talented young player, but Arsenal need a good goal scorer. Isaac has like 4 league goals this season. Not for me. Yes, he offers a lot more. He's a good dribbler. He's great on the ball, but I want... Look, I don't think we're going to get them, but Lautaro Martinez, I think he should be top of Arsenal's list. I think he's a really good striker. Great goal scorer. He's complete. He's quick. He's strong. I think his passing needs a bit of improvement, but he's a really good dribbler as well. Links up the play decently, and I just don't think he has too many flaws in his game per se. He also scores really important goals, and he will get Arsenal 15 to 20 goals in the league, I think. So I think Lautaro Martinez would be at the top, and another one would be the... Let me try to get his name right. I can't remember how it's spelled again, so that really plays a part. Osimhen? Oh, let me just get his name up, Jesus. Let's see. Yeah, Osimhen or Osimhen. Osimhen. Okay, someone's going to correct me. Yeah, it's just a terrible pronunciation. I need to actually hear how it's been pronounced, and then I can nail it. But yes, I would take him. And another one is Tony. But I wouldn't have Tony as the main striker at Arsenal. I'm just saying that. I would like to have him and also sign kind of like a main striker like Lautaro. I don't think that would be the case, quite frankly. Second season, 128k. First season, 505k. Thanks for the content. Thank you, Arthur. Really good improvement, and I could see something similar next week as well. Can we still see Gameweek history soon? I think so, Wei Sing. I think so. Diaz over Kulusevski is pure pain. Yeah, maybe a mistake on my free hit team video. Yeah, it's because I went for Lloris, Son and Kane, for example. Yeah, I mean, I thought Diaz would score, to be fair. I always said Mane was my preference out of the two, but I didn't expect Diaz to blank, to be fair. Fourth season, but disappointing. Look, Danny, you can still improve on it. And look, yeah, can't wait till next season. I think we all can, even those that did really well. But also, we're kind of looking forward to a break, I think. I'd say, yeah. 15k to 20k, best finish by far, so happy enough. That's the mentality, mate. And you've got to be positive about these things. And that's a fantastic rank regardless. I'd rather push to the top 10k than just be around 16k or 70k, have regrets, really. Dylan, 10 or so weeks ago, I had each point and rank as you when I tuned in. I made it to top 500. Wow, fair play to you. I mean, there you go. You had a great end to the season. I had a good one, but you had a fantastic end to the season there. Real Madrid for life, says Antoine. Man City for life. Wow. Oh, be careful. Some people will call you a glory hunter. Be careful with that. Thoughts on the new Arsenal kit on display tonight? That's Arsenal for you, isn't it? Wearing these new kits. Oh, look, everyone buy our merchandise. Fall for the same trap again. Let's win in a meaningless game where Everton have just rotated anyway. Look, you still got to be quite positive about Arsenal's season, but the way they bottled top 4 at the end is very, very concerning. And I think the main games were Southampton, Brighton and Palace back to back. I still can't believe that Southampton won. Win that game, you're in the top 4. They don't deserve to be in the top 4. As much as I've criticised referees and I think they have cost Arsenal 6 to 9 points potentially, I think Arsenal have only themselves to blame, especially after January. And that's probably the last time I'm going to say that after today. Thank you, Singh. Got to stay off social media for some time to get my mind clear. Don't worry about it, mate. Look, it's football. You're going to have ups and downs. You've won 2 trophies and you could win a 3rd one. If I was a Liverpool fan, yes, I'd be gutted today, but I'd also be really, really happy. And, you know, you could easily win the title next season. So, still, yeah, in terms of social media breaks, that's good. I think that's really worth it. I probably would take social media breaks, but unfortunately, you know, this is all about social media, so I have no escape. This season was terrible for me. Just want to get on with next season. Yeah, look, it is what it is. And look, you could easily improve on next season. And sometimes you might have a really poor rank or a poor season, and you could easily bounce back. So don't worry about it. That De Bruyne captaincy swing won me 4 cash mini leagues. Oh yeah, that late assist as well. Fair play, mate. What are stats of the best FPL player you know? I'll be honest, I don't actually talk. I'm not like a loner. Maybe in FPL I am a bit of a loner. I don't talk to that many people in terms of like, let's say FPL experts. I don't really like that term, but people like that are known for having these really high ranks. So I don't know. Most people I know, you know, they're not really that engaged with FPL. Like they sometimes bring in players, they try to jinx them. When they're playing their own club, they try to get players from the opposition and jinx them. That's kind of, you know, the people I know. I know all of you lot, obviously. But in terms of like, I'm not too sure about that question. I don't know what answer to give because I don't really know anyone, you know, that you could say that. Do you know anyone in the top 1k more than 5 times? Not necessarily, I think. No. That's really impressive, by the way, top 1k 5 times. That De Bruyne, yeah, I just said that, sorry. Why Saka not taking penalty? Not sure, to be honest. I think because Martinelli won the pen, and probably Martinelli said, I want to take it, and he hasn't scored in a while. Wow, Subham, 36th in the world, pure madness. Fair play, mate, enjoy it. I think I might have read your name out if you are in the Dylan RCM League. Really good. How to get into the top 50k next season? Okay, I'll just have to say this now. There is no formula. There's no Krabby Patty formula. Okay, I don't know I did that. There is nothing that guarantees you top 50k, top 10k, 1k, no matter what. But there is a list of things you can do to improve your chances. And look, let's see how the summer signings go. What I would do is do not overload yourself with information. Try to get, you know, different opinions, different sources. You know, use stats as well if possible. Try to watch as many games as you can. But ultimately, do not overload yourself with information because otherwise you're going to end up overthinking. That's one thing. Second of all, I would be patient. I think that's one thing I've improved this season, and that's why I've improved from 55k last year. Being patient, giving your players a time to prove themselves is instrumental. And, you know, if you just go from one player to the other and then you do it again because you're rage transferring, you are just going to lose out on points and you're then going to criticize and say, oh, typical FPL, I always lose out on points. So patience, and also don't overload yourself with information. Kind of maybe a third tip, need to think about another one. Don't think too much about effective ownership and all of that stuff. Just captain the player you think is going to score the most points and back your gut. Don't just go with the crowd. If everyone is saying, oh, I'm going to captain Kane this week, but you have a feeling about Vardy or something, go for it. Back your own decisions, back your own decision-making process. And I definitely wouldn't copy content creators or anyone you know that might be really good at FPL because it's not a guarantee for success. And ultimately, to improve long-term, it's about you improving your decision-making process rather than copying someone else. I see Arsenal getting Jonathan David. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really want Jonathan David. I haven't seen too much from him, but I would actually rather have Tony, Osimhen, Lautaro Martinez. Not too sure about Nunez, actually, and I've seen a lot of Uruguayans that don't like him at all. They don't rate him. Do you think Liverpool will win? Yes, I do. However, Real Madrid are the kings of the competition. They knocked out 3 kind of favourites, really. In PSG, City and Chelsea. You never know. Never discount Madrid. That's all I'll say. I agree, Eduardinho. I also did expect more. He's probably the worst pick on my free hit team. Yeah. Bottling top 4, I agree, but nobody expected you to be challenging. The reason why I'm disappointed, though, is because, yes, Finn squad or whatever, but you're playing pretty much 1 game per week, and games like Southampton, Brighton and Palace, how do you lose those 3 games in a row? Like, please, someone explain that. And also January. I hate to say again, you're literally getting rid of players. You're not signing anyone. So you're decreasing your squad depth and you're getting rid of your only really good goal scorer. I know Aubameyang was crap anyway in the first half. You're getting rid of Chambers, who could have been helpful. You could have got rid of Maitland-Niles. It's baffling to me, honestly. Yeah, thank you, Wei Seng. I'll be honest, I need to put a lot of effort into that because there's still going to be more videos throughout the summer as well, but I'll try to find time to focus on new graphics. And I know a few graphic designers, so you know, it could be a new logo, could be a new background, could be you know, for example here, new kind of screens in terms of, you know, my points and stuff like that. So I'm looking to do something different and change some stuff on OBS, Photoshop and all of that stuff. So I will definitely be looking to improve on some stuff, even the thumbnails. So plenty to go. Let me know, by the way, what you guys think about the thumbnails. If there's anything you think you can be improved, such as the color scheme, for example. I'm definitely looking to change some things. When is the time to do a stream of an Arsenal kit? I've done it before. You're not going to catch me wearing an Arsenal kit right now, mate. No chance. Yes, they won 5-1. You know, good way to end the season, but they bottled top four. Any plans for something around watch along next season? Potentially. But once again, I probably won't do with Arsenal. Maybe I will, and I'm telling you, a lot of people might just tune in just for me raging and stuff like that, but it's not the way to go. I'm so calm normally in these streams because that's what I tend to be, but football brings out the rage, the rageful beast inside. Yeah, no pun intended. Always back your gut, patient to the play. You see that played well in the game. Yes, I agree. Trying to think of anything else. Once again, there's no guarantee to success. That's a good one. There's always a kind of debate about Analytics FC versus Grass FC, this kind of thing. I think the truth lies in the middle. Ultimately, I prefer watching the games and seeing who's playing well, but stats give a really good indication of who is playing well. So also striking that kind of balance between the two as well. And everyone is different. You know, some people might be more accustomed or they do better from taking hits and being very aggressive. Others, meanwhile, are more conservative and they gain their rank by being patient that way. So it's all about finding that style that suits you. And try not to, that's another really good tip, I think, not just in terms of finishing top 50k, but just doing better in FPL. Do not let, you know, preconceived biases affect your thinking and try to be open-minded. Because, for example, you could have looked at Maddison, Vardy and Barnes last week and say, oh, Leicester have been awful, there's a lot of rotation, I'm not going for them on the free hit. But then you've also got to think, well, context. They're out of the Conference League, they've got nothing else to play for, and Vardy and Maddison just played against Norwich and they played the full 90, and, you know, why would they rest them? You know, what are they going to rest them for? So I think putting into context is very important. Completely agree about not following the herd. Got told not to take a hit, but took a -4 for Vardy Maddison. There you go. And I think I was one of those people, actually, in terms of saying, you know, I'm not a big fan of taking hits in the final day of the season, but I did it myself anyway, because sometimes it just does improve your team. And there you go. Maddison and Vardy, that's a masterstroke there. Dylan, since Gameweek 25 dropped down to 70k, had one red arrow to end with 382. That is quite a turnaround. You probably were just hoping for maybe top 50k or top 10k, but that is fantastic. Enjoy it, Vivek. Enjoy it. I've been down in the mini league all season, but I win today, even with 17 gap. Wow. That's probably the best way to win it, instead of just winning it comfortably all time round, or, you know, I think that's the way to go. Callum Wilson, captain, my hero for the final celebration, yeah? Fair play, and Burnley are down. Burnley are finally down. They sacked Sean Dyche. They had a nice little managerial bounce, but there you go. I really think the graphics this season have been well, and see what they can do. Yeah, wow, that's really good. I actually took 100-point hits before Tech XEO, but not to finish top 10k, I'll be honest. I want to see how many points hits I've taken this season. It's nowhere near what I've done in the past. I think last 2 years, especially the first season, I took over 100. I'm telling you, it was awful, the amount of hits I took. So there you go. Hits sometimes work. I don't like to follow my crowd and play my own game. Most of the moves work out. Not sure about next season. Sometimes luck is the main thing. You know, as much as we might hate to admit it, especially when we're doing well, luck is a huge factor in these fantasy games, and same with football and sport in general. So sometimes you just need luck, mother luck, to be on your side. So there you go. That's my final point total for the season. I finished around 15,433, 78 points with the -4, so 74 points. And 2,608 points overall. That is actually a really high points total. But yeah, new record set this season in terms of, you know, I think the winner probably has the highest all-time points of any winner in history. So there you go. And it's been a blast all season. There's probably going to be a season review within the next week or so. There's going to be the UCL fantasy coverage before the final on Saturday, I think it is. And we'll try to do the deadline stream as well. F1 fantasy content and FPL preseason content. In the meantime, I'm also going to try to improve all these little details in the background. You know, all this stuff, the description, the thumbnails, the graphics, all of that stuff to try just provide better content for next season if possible. I think that is definitely the main aim, I think, as well as improving on the ranks if possible, but sometimes you just need mother luck, like I said before. Is there anything else I can show? I want to see if the stats are updated, because I want to show you, in my opinion, the two best players in the Premier League this season. So bear with me for a second, but I'm not sure if they've updated yet. Yeah, no, it still says Salah's got 22 goals, for example. I wanted to compare Salah and Son, who I would probably say were the top 2 players in the Prem this season. But yeah, just bear in mind, Son has 23 goals and Salah as well. So they share the Golden Boot. And I think Salah was still the best. Who would you have gone for in terms of the Golden Boot? Let me know. I think I would have gone for Mohamed Salah. Let me just refresh the page. It's kind of, yes, kind of bugging out right now. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. Do you see your deadline will be just an hour before the well, not an hour before, when the game starts, the Champions League final starts, so Saturday. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's the 28th of May, so 8 PM UK time. So Liverpool versus Real Madrid. Let me just double check this. I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's really helpful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me just check YouTube. It's probably still annoying as always. Oh no, it's not. Wow, what a surprise. Hallelujah. So yeah, we are on 68 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We can definitely do that. I'm going to go back to my screen, by the way, since that wasn't working. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Champions League final is on the 28th of May, 8 PM UK time, and that's when the deadline will pass for UCL Fantasy. I think the chaos of this season helped me a lot. Not sure I would get a good rank in a normal season where players plan weeks ahead. Yeah, but then you also have to readapt. You have to adapt and make new plans, you know, following all this chaos. So there's still an element of skill in that. There's always luck, whether you do it from planning or whatever. I still think there's a lot of luck involved, as well as skill. Any plans around best team every week this season and compare it with your current team and stuff? Could be a fun initiative as a selection on free hit team selection. Yes, I think that's something I could incorporate into my team selection videos. So, for example, talk about the best free hit or wildcard team from the week before and kind of compare it and see how it went on, how it would have done. I think that's definitely a good idea, yeah. I'm not sure about its own separate video, or in terms of maybe instead of the team selection, the next best free hit or wildcard team, and I'll then just talk about it. So yeah, we've done a lot of these best free hit and wildcard teams throughout every single game week pretty much, so I think that's a good idea. Only differential with second in the mini league today were Havertz, Martinelli, De Bruyne, Robertson against Moura, Maddison, Kane, Kulusevski with 8-point lead. Robertson goal won me. Wow, imagine that. That's what a way to win it, and your mini league must be very competitive because you finished like 382nd or something. When you see your player outscore these overhyped players, are super satisfying. Like I choose Cash instead of Dean. Dean did get the assist though, and he's been the better player out of the two in the last few game weeks. Leeds need to spend wisely this summer. Yeah, I agree. Otherwise, they could go down. They've got the warning this season. They could actually benefit from the Rafinha money if they spend wisely, yeah, and bolster their honestly championship level squad. I completely agree. And I think Rafinha going is probably the best for everyone involved. And he's not really performing under Jesse Marsch, is he? Losing Rafinha and potentially Calvin Phillips could be disastrous. Yeah, true. Yeah, if they lose them and they don't really replace them, then of course they're in trouble. But if they find good replacements, they'll be fine, I think. And they could even challenge for, 11th, 12th, even a bit higher. But let's wait and see. Yeah, I think so, Sing. If not, the next best free hit or wildcard team video. I'm going to make some notes in terms of, what I could do to improve next season. Even I could overhaul the buy, sell, hold and skip and kind of make it even more unique. Because there is a lot of people who actually do that sort of video. It's just, I kind of put a poll out, I think, a few months ago. And I just basically said, what kind of content do you guys want to see? And a lot of you went for the kind of transfer tips type of video. So I want to kind of diversify a little bit more. Mohamed Elneny appears to have signed a contract extension. Yeah, as a squad player, but Arsenal really need to get rid of the deadwood like Cedric and all these players, loan Tavares and really sign good quality players. The lack of squad depth has ultimately cost them top four. I took Havertz, Bruno Fernandes, King, Foden, Chilwell, Son for the 50-50 picks and won most of them. Ignore King. Yeah, well, you can't get all of them right, to be fair. But yeah, getting most of these right is kind of the main reason why you're probably in such a good rank, I think. Losing Rafinha almost guarantees another relegation scrap for Leeds, yeah, unless they sign really good players or they make smart signings. It's not just about signing big, it's about signing smart, I think. I think the most overhyped FPL asset this season is definitely Bernardo. There was a period where he was doing really well, but he is up there. Who else is there? Bruno Fernandes is up there. He's such a disappointment. Then again, I don't think anyone really rated him as such. Antonio as well, I can't lie. I think a lot of us held on for him too long, myself included. Yes, Raul. As things stand, I probably will be doing a deadline stream. If I'm not able to, I will let you guys know and either do it earlier that day or the day before. So it would be the Friday. Let me just double check that though. I want to get the right date for you, but I'm pretty sure it's the 28th of May. Yeah, Saturday, 28th of May, 8 o'clock. That is the Champions League final. So as things stand, I'll probably be starting the deadline stream at 6 p.m. UK time, as we tend to do, and then we'll wrap up around 8 o'clock and we all go off to watch the Champions League final. Look at that. Liverpool are the favourites. A draw. I'm guessing going to extra time anyway. And then Madrid 28%. Wow. Never discount Madrid in the Champions League. But yes, the plan is to do a stream there. And there you go. Look at this. No more. Let's actually get rid of these players. Imagine I take hits and I just lose my rank from that. That would be stupid. But yeah. Wow, we are at the end. And thank you very much to everyone for tuning in throughout the whole season. That's all I can really say. It's been a blast all season long. They're going to get at least 60, 70 million. I'm not sure about that much. I think maybe 40 million or more. It depends. If Rafinha tries to force a move, then you never know. We watched the golf tonight. I don't watch golf, I'll be honest. I mainly watch football, F1 and tennis, especially when Federer's fit. That's pretty much what I mainly watch. Do you think there'll be a format change for FPL next season? I think it's quite obvious there will be some changes, you know, not just positions and prices, which always happens, but there will be chip changes. I think so. Changes to FPL you want to see moving forward. New chips, maybe get rid of the bench boost. For example, I like the idea of having maybe no limit in terms of how many players you can have from one team, or like the Limitless in Champions League Fantasy. Those sort of chips would be very interesting, and it kind of diversifies and makes team selections quite interesting. You know, 1 week, for example, let's say Gameweek 38, I could have gone for 6 or 7 Spurs players like Lloris, Sessegnon, Kulusevski, Kane and Son. Something like that. So I think that would be quite interesting. What was your point on YouTube in the beginning of the season? What was my points? I'm not sure. In terms of subscribers, this time last year we were on like 3,000 maybe. Euro Fantasy Football we went up to like 4K maybe. And yeah, from August to February, we pretty much went to like 9K and we reached 10K. I think we reached 10K around March. February or March. And then we've today reached 11,000. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, they need to be careful. They can't call it limitless. They'll probably have to say something else, copyright and all that. It was heavily rumoured Rafinha's exit clause is 60, 70 million. Yeah, and 20, 30 million if Leeds got relegated. Yeah. It's just I still think he could go for slightly less, you know. That's the release clause, but, you know, if Rafinha's unhappy and he tries to force a move, then Leeds would accept 40, 50 million, for example. Obviously, I'm just speculating. I'm just offering my opinion. I would like chips to make CDM's centre-backs more attractive. I think they should include something like ball recoveries or tackles. You know, like Sky Fantasy Football, they have like tier systems for passes, tackles and all this. It just makes it more interesting. Instead of, let's just go for James over... I was going to say Rudiger, he's going to leave. Let's say, for example, Robertson over Matip because he's going to get more goals and assists. Well, what about tackles? All this different kind of elements of the game that play a big part in Liverpool keeping a clean sheet and giving Matip an extra incentive. And you have a decision to make. You know, do you go for the defender that gets more tackles and interceptions, or do you go for the one with more attacking threat? And UCL Fantasy does that very well, in my opinion. Thank you, William. Well done on a good year. You deserve more subs, doing some great work. Thank you, William. And still very happy with the growth that we've had regardless. But yes, we're definitely going to look to set more targets as well. But thank you for your kind words. Do you think having 5 substitutions will change the game? I mean, we've had it already, haven't we? Especially during the breakout of COVID. I think with teams like Liverpool, it will change things. You know, Salah won't get as many 90 minutes. I think the likes of Diaz and Jota are going to basically share games, even more so. It's going to be a bit frustrating at times. I think Leeds will be relegated next year. As things stand, yes. But if they make good signings, they keep hold of Phillips and maybe Rafinha, then yes, I think they could stay up. But right now, my gut feeling is they could go down, yeah. Rafinha's so ineffective in Jesse's system, yeah. Surely he has to move on. He's got like 1 goal and 2 assists. Honestly, I was very surprised. And I actually captained him early on into Jesse's tenure. I can't believe that. That's a really bad decision on my part. And 28 was such a bad swing for me. It was probably the worst week for me this season alongside 36. I think that's what I need to improve next season. Nailing the double game weeks and those 50-50 decisions. If Dembele is leaving, they will definitely get Rafinha. Yeah, I think Barcelona is quite a realistic place for him to go. I'm afraid 5 subs will make the Premier League less competitive. I see what you mean there. You know, the smaller clubs, you know, they don't really benefit from that, but the likes of City and Liverpool, if they choose to use it, you know, they're just going to run away with it, basically, and be able to rest certain players and kill off games in certain ways. Yes, Rafinha is heavily linked to be a Dembele replacement, yeah. Son and Kane in UCL fantasy next season. I'll probably get him way saying to jinx. Tick. So thank you for the idea, actually. I didn't think of it that way. I can't wait to jinx him. And let's be honest, I mean, no offense to any Spurs fans watching, but I mean, even Arsenal probably would have done the same thing. They'll probably get knocked out quite early. Hopefully I haven't jinxed it in their favour now. So yeah, let's wait and see. That's a great idea. Thank you, Wei Seng, for the idea. So yeah, let's go back to my team, but we're going to be wrapping up fairly soon. We did like a 3-hour stream, I think, earlier or something like that. Captain is so OP that changing captain is maybe a change, however problematic one would need. Yeah, I don't think changing captaincy is something I really like in FPL. I like in UCL Fantasy just the way it goes. And it also encourages you to go different. You know, you can captain Cancelo in the first day, then you can captain Haaland, and then you can captain Lewandowski, and then maybe go for Benzema. You know, you cover so many different teams that way and positions. But yeah, I'm not sure about FPL, and also it would mean everyone has to be kind of micromanaging their team in FPL. We all kind of need a break, you know, after the deadline passes, you know, at least a little bit of a break. Yeah, we can do a reaction stream and talk about how we're doing, but in terms of decision-making processes, imagine the headaches of doing UCL Fantasy and FPL and micromanaging your team pretty much every day of the week. It's crazy. Do you think they should make it so players to play less than 20 minutes still get subbed off? This will make rotation options more appealing, especially with rotation being more prone due to 5 subs. That's a really good point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. That's a good idea, but I'm not too sure. But in terms of partial clean sheet points, that has to be a thing. You know, for example, if Alonso gets subbed off, you know, at 65 minutes, you could say, for example, you know, you don't really get the clean sheet. You know, maybe you get half of it, for example. Yeah, I think that is something I would say. I'm not sure about what you say. It's still a really good idea, though. And that's definitely something to consider. Maybe giving it more thought, that maybe I would agree with you, to be fair. So it just depends. But in terms of the captaincy, for example, a bit unsure about the kind of micromanaging of that. And same with substitutions. I think that's just way too much as I like UCL Fantasy. So thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. It's much appreciated. Let's get this stream to 100 likes. We have concluded Game Week 38. Manchester City Premier League champions. Liverpool just 1 point short. Kind of expected, but maybe not so much when Villa took the lead and went 2-0 up. Spurs snatched top 4. Arsenal 5th. You've got Leeds staying up. Burnley being relegated on the final day. And West Ham weren't able really to capitalise on United's loss against Crystal Palace. So it's Europa League football for United and Conference League for West Ham, which, to be fair, could be a blessing in disguise for West Ham. It could be a European trophy, and also it could be, well, to be fair, just less games. I think, you know, more rotation. Yeah, they can just put their C team basically and focus on the league in the earlier stages, so that could be a blessing. Yeah, Brighton really needs to get a finisher. Honestly, with a finisher, they probably would have finished in the top 8 or top 7 even. You know, they really could have. I think they could have finished above United, or honestly. And if it wasn't for Europa League and West Ham focusing on that, they could have also finished above United. And it could have been even worse for the Mancunians there. I agree. And thank you very much to everyone. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, DylanRCM. You can also join the Discord server. The link is in the description below. We're going to be back next season. But even before that, UCL Fantasy content before Matchday 13, the Champions League final in, Saturday? So 6 days left for that, so there's going to be more videos for that. The deadline stream will probably take place on the very same day. I'll let you guys know. The same goes for F1 Fantasy content. We'll be doing a review stream for FPL, Game Week 38, as well as all the way back down to Game Week 1. All that time ago in August. It feels like such a long time ago already. And also, there will be more pre-season content talking about the impact of signings like Haaland, the best defenders, goalkeepers, midfielders and strikers, especially when the game goes live. And I'll try to work on the graphics and different types of stuff to kind of improve the channel and the content in the meantime. Let me go through some of your final questions and then wrap up. Thank you, Singh. Good luck to you as well. Enjoy your break as well. And good luck in the Champions League final as well. Thank you, Tech. Likewise, and obviously West Ham had a great season too. Thank you, my fairground. Thank you very much. Managed to win my mini league in FPL and UCL. Thanks for the videos to give inspiration. Hope you enjoyed the summer. Likewise, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of break. they will it's going to be a bit calmer. You know, it's not going to be videos every day, maybe, but it's going to still be quite regular content, I think. But if there's any breaks or stuff that I might need, I'll let you guys know. But the plan is to still carry on the content and not lose the momentum that I've got at the moment, where we've been doing, you know, content consistently, live streams and videos every single day. All the best. Hopefully you ended Game Week 38 strongly and enjoyed the Premier League. It was a blast today, and the Formula 1. But take care, enjoy the football. Let's see what Champions League has in store for us. Be sure to tune in for Match Day 13, UCL Fantasy, the Champions League final, all of that content I have in store for you, as well as the FPL review that we're going to have over the next week or two. So take care. Thank you very much for all the support this season. We've reached 11,000 subscribers, and all I can say is thank you very much, and hopefully next season is even better.